Yay! Fantastic. We love having, I hope that everybody likes dog. We've got a little dog here. Yeah? Watch out your food. So let's have a look. Who is from Melbourne? Right, 3 people. Who is from Brisbane? Oh. Who's from, who you got?
Per! We got Per!
Oh, fantastic. What about Sydney? Sydney people? 1 person, wow. Oh, two. All right, what about Gold Coast? Gold Coast. What about Sunshine Coast? Yay.
And Townsville?
Yay. If we miss anything? Adelaide. And Cairns. Fantastic. Byron Bay. Byron Bay. We're going on holiday there on Thursday, so there we go. We can catch up for a coffee. All right. Woo. Fantastic. Well, we have a clicker. I'm going to give the power to Sis.
Oh, the power.
Here we go.
Oops, we went backward. Okay, guys. So, I can't see what's going on.
All right, you see that.
All right, so let's go through some housekeeping, guys, to just make sure the next 2 days run smoothly and with everything covered off. Now, bathrooms, toilets. So, Sis, we're not using this one here. What's happening?
No.
Oh, we're not using this one
No,
here?
please, because it's out of order. So please do not use this one. There's one upstairs so you can do some exercise and put your numbers up on your steps.
Yeah, I've got my Fitbit.
Yes.
All right, so upstairs there's 2 and they're unisex. So
yes.
Don't worry about men's, ladies and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
All right, the slides you are going to get?
Yes, we're going to give you the slides tonight. So don't you worry. Don't need to write anything that is in here, but anything that we pour into the flip chart or anything that comes out of our mouth probably is not in the slide. So yeah, that's what you might want to write down.
So there's a special way we will deliver the slides, which is a learning exercise to do with social media. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. The room setup has to be this way because obviously there's a lot of people and it won't work any other way. Taking notes, we've covered that. Breaks and networking?
Yes, we're going to have about 1 break in the morning, 1 break in the afternoon, and a beautiful lunch break. We're going to have a coffee van coming about 1 o'clock out here. They have some food as well as coffees, but also you can, find some coffees around.
But that will happen at lunchtime.
Lunchtime, unfortunately, couldn't make it 11 o'clock. We tried. So we're going to have break networking. We're going to have lots of little food and nibbles outside for you. And when we'll have a special song, we'll announce it later. And when you hear that song, you need to come back in the room. The last person will be in trouble.
I don't think we need the mic.
Now I just want to be the last person to come in the room. We'll see what happens.
All right. Let's do a challenge.
Awesome. So do mix with each other, networking and all that sort of stuff. Make sure are we going to switch spots?
Yes, we're going to change your spots quite often. So don't get too comfortable where you are. Because I saw that a lot of people were like, I want to sit next to my friend. I'm like, why? You're at a networking event. You should go meet more people, right? Yeah. And a lot of places don't push you to do that. And I know that when you come and learn, you just want to sit and be comfortable. But we're going to switch you around, yeah? So that you can go and meet more people. Fantastic.
All right, food and hydration, obviously outside is everything that's set up. And
yes, everything will be outside for you to grab.
Morning tea, afternoon tea, we'll provide.
Yes.
Awesome. Make sure you remember it's a safe environment, but also remember that we are filming this masterclass.
That's not that safe.
And it's going to be broadcasted in front of 100,000 people. No, I'm just kidding. So anything that is private or anything like that, we're going to pause the recording. And if the team is doing any live videos, if anyone is sharing something that they want to put it out there, just let us know and we won't do that. Yeah, so it is a safe place.
Also, just around the camera at the back, I know during in-session most people are going to sit in their spots, but if you do need to go to the bathroom and you're on this side of the room, can you just duck kind of on the way out, if possible, of course. If you forget, no worries, but yeah, for the quality, because this recording obviously will be shared with the people who couldn't be in the room, our international clients, other states who couldn't fly in and all that sort of stuff. And generally we have it in about 7 to 10 days after the masterclass. It's a great review because you guys are going to hear 1,000,001 things. To us, it's common sense. It's something that happens at a subconscious level, but when we're teaching you, you're probably sometimes hearing some of this stuff for the first time. So our gorgeous Vanessa at the back, she's going to actually segment the 10 topics we're going to cover over the next 2 days in 10 different episodes, so they can be watched separately if you want to review some of them. So that's really cool.
Yes, fantastic.
Awesome. Excellent. All right, so our song.
Every masterclass we have a different song, and then we have that song play. That means that when you hear it, wherever you are in this Mafia Hub, and by the way, welcome to my casa. I'm Italian, I created the Mafia Hub. You like it? It's pretty cool. So yeah, anytime you hear that song, you're gonna go, oh, it's back, we gotta go back. And when you come in, you don't just go, oh, I'm gonna sit down. You're gonna go like, yeah, we're back. And you just dance a little bit, yeah?
So when you hear the song, generally you have 3.5 to 4 minutes to finish up your conversations, whether it's out there, will be played quite loudly, and to get your butts back in here. So otherwise we're wasting 10 minutes to get you guys back in your seats. And yes, dancing all the way back to your
And
seats.
the song is?
Come on!
Oh, this is your favorite, I know that. Let's get started. Makes sense? So when you hear that, what you gotta do, I can't see you moving. I need you moving. That's it, look at this side. What's happening with you? Come on. Fantastic. We're gonna dance it.
Just 30 seconds, just to get used to it. Louder, Holly, louder.
You love it?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
You like it?
Everybody.
Let's get started.
Let's start it. Okay.
Okay.
So you know the song. Now every time you hear that song, you're gonna be rushed back to the room, and if you're late, you're gonna be in trouble. All right.
Alright, so can I
Yeah, like I did really.
I know you are.
Can I get an idea if anyone was at the social media masterclass 18 months ago? Anyone?
Natalie.
You were?
Oh,
It was at the tennis center here in Brisbane. Sveti, you were? Okay, so only one person. And
Christian? Honey Tennis Center?
Oh yeah, okay. No, I don't think you were there. Who are the masterclass virgins?
Never been to a masterclass. Fantastic, new blood.
Okay. 90% of the room. Okay, awesome.
Oliver.
All right. So what we're gonna do, guys, and for those of you that were at the last masterclass, this went really amazingly. So you're gonna have to help your fellow participants, but we are gonna have the social media games.
You're here to learn social media, so you know that we are action takers. You don't get success if you don't take action. So we're gonna get some games to actually take action. So we're gonna have a couple of, look at me. We're gonna have a couple of games. They're all gonna be very easy, don't you worry. And you're gonna have a help of someone as well.
All right.
I'm not gonna tell you yet.
All right, we're gonna explain what they are. But every time you see this on the screen, it means there's a game about to happen. All right.
Yes.
This will be your trigger. All right, so how we like to start masterclasses is to figure out why you guys came. You know, why social media? Why do you want to be great at it? What is your biggest challenge when you think about social media? And what will happen if you do nothing about it? That's in the way. Yeah, let's put that down. Okay, so we're going to give you guys 3 minutes. Get in groups of 2 or 3s, whoever's around you, and discuss these 3 questions, interview each other on it, and when we stop you, we'll come back and do it all together. Let's go.
Why? The first why. Why do you need social media, Aldwin?
To build a following and gain new clients.
Aha, fantastic. What else? Yes, I need to learn all the names.
We all concurred because a necessary evil.
A necessary,
Ah!
necessary evil. Alicia?
Yeah.
It's about helping more people.
Helping more people.
Aha.
Nat?
Nat?
I was a bit similar. We sort of said it's about got a lot of great content to get it out there.
Content, share content.
Yes. Yes, Christian?
Have people get to know who I am and what I have to offer.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 people
Fantastic.
find out who I am. Annika, was it?
Save money and reach people that are far away.
Yeah, reach people
more,
far
yeah.
away. Yep, that's a good one.
Sarah?
People expect you to have a social media presence.
Yes.
It's expected.
Business is now expected.
Yes.
It's expected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Tony,
Brand building.
brand building. Wendy?
To show your authenticity to people. So to be
What was that?
Show your authenticity. And,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, who you are.
Yes.
Yep.
Authenticity, fantastic.
Couple more.
What else? Yes, Andrew.
85% of all business is done online.
Boom.
85% of businesses are online.
There you go. We've got
One
to start
lucky
here.
last. Baldwin.
Make a difference, leave a legacy, and impact areas that matter to you in the world.
Fantastic.
Make a difference, yeah.
Make a difference.
Nice.
And put legacy in there as well. Fantastic. So now we're going to go in the next page. Beautiful Eden, please. And we're going to share the challenges. What challenges do you have or have you had in the past into social media, the Facebook vortex? Yes, Lisa.
Knowing what's out there and how to navigate through it.
Yeah, how to. The how to is
The
always
how-to
there.
and navigation and time. Yeah.
Content.
Sherry, the content. Ah.
Challenge is to connect with those you don't know. Yeah.
Andrew?
I was going to say time, but it's already up there.
Yeah, time's
Time.
another line, right?
Follow through.
Follow through. Yes. Yep.
So getting the engagement and then getting them to actually buy.
Monetizing it. Fantastic.
Monetizing.
Yes.
Yolanda.
Yolanda?
Meant to have like a group or a page or you know like what's the best?
Yes.
Yeah, which medium?
Where to do it, right? Day.
Setting clear boundaries about monetizing and being influential and just going down the vortex of scrolling.
The scrolling vortex. Who spend hours on Facebook and go, damn it, I didn't do anything. Come on. No, right? The scrolling. You got to scroll intentionally. Yes. Consistency.
Being consistent.
Yes.
Jenny?
Growing the appeal. So in face-to-face, I know I'm hitting the nail on the head, but on social media, it's flat or lukewarm.
Ah.
Or is it the engagement?
Yeah,
Is
I
that what you
know
mean?
that's so-
Appeal, engagement. Yeah, same
so,
word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing?
Wendy? Oh, yeah, sorry.
So from our group, doing it the right way.
The right way. I love that. Yes.
Just understanding the concept of consuming online, because I'm from the generation that doesn't. So understanding that people purchase online because it's so far from how I grew up and how I was raised. So understanding that when I'm doing something, there's actually people out there that do want it, even though that's not how I live my life.
Yes.
So really shifting that generational thing.
Aha. I love that.
Generational differences. Sarah?
Like the constant changes within social media. So just when you think
Yeah, the changes.
change the
Yeah.
format of it.
I
And,
know.
I mean, for me, it just constantly puts me like out of control, and I'm
Yes.
really mad with it because I had it sorted and then it's all been changed.
Yes.
That feeling of having to kind of overcome that
Yeah.
out of control, and they know it, but then you're trying to find out the information, but because they've moved it around, you don't know where it is.
Where-
You don't know who to ask. And
Yeah.
then you get stuck as a single business owner if you're on your own. There's no one else to ask you.
Correct.
Within your business
Yeah.
to source that. Then you have
Sure.
to pay. You have to pay in order to get the information.
Yeah, so constant change.
Yeah.
Change.
You
Yeah.
had a comment and then I'll go to Julianne and then we can...
Just know that there's so many different social media platforms.
Which one
Which
to
one
use?
to leverage best for your business at what time, how to combine them and leverage off each other.
Nice.
Yes.
And Julianne.
To extension of that, once you think you've got the right platform, whether it's ClickFunnels or whatever, learning that and connecting everything and doing all that stuff, which is not in my sort of mode of comfort
Yeah.
at all, and then still having to find the cash to be able to invest what you need to invest in
Yeah.
time to get to start
The
with.
flow.
The initial, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You want to?
One last one.
How much is too much posting and not enough posting and
yes.
timing of posting?
Volume. Put that volume. Volume of posts.
Volume of posting. Okay, one more and that's it. Andrew.
Mastering your story.
Oh, we're going to go through that.
And your like
Yeah.
pitch. Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, it's like, and when I say mastering, I mean, obviously everyone knows, like, most people know their story, but it's having, when you're writing something down and you're consistently making posts every day, it's having the exact same message through different content.
Yeah,
every
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
That can get challenging.
Ah, yeah,
That's
because.
about copywriting, right?
Yeah. All right.
You guys have a lot of issues. They just wouldn't stop talking. That's why they're here.
I'm glad that you're here then.
Yeah.
All right, next
We can write a
page.
book on this. Just answer those questions.
Sorry?
We need to write another book.
Oh, yeah, I know, right.
Come on, we do one on social media.
One more book, all right. What would happen if you do nothing about it? Well,
That's the lazy answer. Come on.
Stagnancy.
stagnancy.
Yeah.
I want to challenge you on spelling that.
Stay.
No, stag.
Stag.
Oh, that would make more sense.
No,
Stag.
G.
S-T-A-G.
N-A.
A-N-C-Y.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right, go for
I
it.
said the damn word.
You don't need to know how to spell to be a millionaire. It's all good. Go for it. Okay, what else? No dollars. Thank you.
$dollars.
Thank you. We're talking about money. I like it.
Someone else will fill the gap, fill the void.
Yeah, others
Someone
will
else
do
will do it.
Stay invisible.
Stay invisible.
that.
Yes.
Make sure we are putting hands up.
Wendy?
Just because 50 people. Here.
Wendy?
That's right.
Your message is not getting out there and you're not helping people.
Not helping. Yes.
Maybe it evolved into something new that we don't need this anymore. Maybe there's a new way to do it.
Ah.
So if you do nothing, maybe there is a different way.
Maybe something else comes along.
Maybe.
Oh, you've gone for the positive. I like it. Yes. What was that?
Like a growth.
Not growing. Yeah, for sure. Okay, are we depressed enough? We've got to keep going. Yes.
Your group stays the same. You don't change. You mentioned that, like, that's your audience only. If you're not online, in your
Yeah, no new followers. Yeah.
And I think you're less likely to grow national or international because who the hell knows you in other states or other countries? Yeah, I couldn't have never taken my business outside of Melbourne hadn't been for the power of social media.
Yeah.
And then be able to get bums on seats in America and Dubai. You need to be on there if you want to be international.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic.
Perfect.
One more was Bex.
Yeah, this is just on a personal level as well. If that's all happening, then you become more efficient, your own stand on this wheel and you're not getting,
Yeah, energy.
Energy goes down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
Good enough reasons to listen to us for the next 2 days. Yeah, we always say that people need reasons before they want answers. So, we'll put these up around the room, take some photos of them. But also, this is a wonderful way for those of you that do events and do content, Andrew. If you get your groups to tell you this kind of stuff, ultimately, this is your content. This is your content. I mean, my Shut Up and Write Your First Book was a compilation of my 150 half-day events when I asked these 3 questions. Why are you here? What's your biggest challenge about writing a book? What will happen if you do nothing about it? Just put it all in a book. And this is what I said to her, let's write another book. You guys gave us all the answers of what people want out there to learn. So your content, same thing. If you're doing events, that's your research, market research. Just answer the FAQs that people have. Yep?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, sis.
Fantastic.
So this is what we're going to cover the next 2 days.
Yes. So the day one, we're going to start with the power of the message. So we need to understand that message that we put out there is going to be consistent. So there we go. And you got here who's going to talk about it because we're not going to do this for 2 days. You're going to have your head going like a tennis show, right? We're going to, one at a time, we're going to shut up and sit down and the other one talks, yeah? So that you're not going to have a sore head. So etiquette power, so what is right to do on Facebook, what's not right to do, all those things. Natasha will cover that. Sis, you want to go on? Personal profile. A lot of people are not using Facebook in the right places, so we're going to tell you what works the best. And I'm going to cover that. And then Natasha's going to talk about the group, and I as well, because we grew, your group is now 14,000 people, my group is about 8, and we have monetized it greatly. So we're going to show you how to get that done. And then obviously also the business page, the fan page is super important still for your business. So we're going to talk about that too. Then tomorrow.
Sis is going to unlock this new thing, the chatbot. She has been very successfully using it lately. We have used it in some aspect, but not as detailed as what you have done so. So we're going to touch on chatbot at the end of today, but continue on tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Then we're going to talk about ads, because ads is something that you need to learn later after we have taught you all the organic stuff. You need to figure out when you're ready to take on ads. Then video, planning, and of course VA, because social media
you can't do it on your own.
Crazy, and your biggest challenge being time. You want to be able to outsource a lot of it. So
and tomorrow we have a super guest speaker as well. That's going to cover something very special, surprise speaker. So you need to be here to listen to this amazing lady
on time.
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right. Sounds good.
Yes.
All right. Let's do it. All right. So the next 2 days are also about progress, not perfectionism. If you're a perfectionist, you're going to be looping and going insane. That's all it is. Perfectionism is looping and insanity. So we want to focus on progress. 80% of something is better than 100% of nothing. All right, so make sure that you keep your mind solution focused and figuring out how can I do this. Not I can't do it. I'm not done. Oh, I've got kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No excuses, right?
So look at your neighbor and say, no excuses. Go for it. Fantastic.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right.
Okay, fantastic. So we have a lot of people in the room that haven't met us yet. So who are Natasha's clients? Put your hand up. Where are my clients, my Maffians? Fantastic. Really where are the people that are not clients of anyone? And go, what am I doing here? Yeah. we got more. Are you a Natasha client, Irene?
No.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was like, well, you're going on. Yeah, fantastic. We've got beautiful new people. So let's make sure that we make them feel welcome. They're going to go like, why is a room full of clients? What am I doing here? Yeah, so it's got to make sense to you too. It doesn't need to have any order, yeah? Fantastic. So we're going to talk about who we are and how we have got to do what we do. So actually, my story is a little bit crazy. About 5 years ago, actually 6 years ago now, I was a life coach. Before I was a life coach, I was a lost person that I didn't think I had a passion. I didn't think I had anything to give to anyone in the world, and I just thought I was going to keep living my life like that. But there was something inside that was saying there must be more to life. Until I found personal development, and I went, oh my goodness, I'm going to become the next Tony Robbins of Australia. And I went out there to networking events, and guess what? Nobody wanted to become my client. I'm like, well, how do people do that? And I didn't know how to get clients until I started to study all the successful people. And I started to notice that everybody that was successful was on stage. I'm going to shut up, I'm going to get myself on stage. And I tried to get speaking gigs, and get what? Nothing. Nobody will give me a speaking gig. I'm like, all right, shut up, I'm going to start my own. So I created my meetup group, literally in October 2014 was my first meetup group. And it was about 45 people in that group. And I wasn't going to speak because I wasn't a speaker at all. And the speakers asked me to introduce themselves. And oh my God, it was the worst speech I ever done in my entire life. I wish I recorded it because it would be hilarious to watch now. And I didn't, and I was really bad. But then I continue doing meetups, and people start to ask me, what do you do, who you are, can you tell us a bit more about you? I'm like, why do you want to hear from me when I've got amazing speakers? I didn't think I had any value to give to anyone until I got on stage. And I got on stage, and at the end of my 15-minute talk, people were like, can I be your client? I'm going, shut up, let me check my diary. I didn't have any clients. I'm like, of course. And from there, in 3 months, I was fully booked with one-on-one sessions, like fully booked. And then I started to get business coaches and marketing coaches and other healers and life coaches and all of that to come around to check what I was doing. Right? Everybody in town started to talk about this crazy Italian lady. And so from there, I built this Mafia Academy. Anyone knows what the Mafia stands for? Come on, is
Meetup and Facebook International Academy.
Meetup and Facebook International Academy. Shut up. You like it? It's not actually, I didn't make it on purpose. I just thought I'd call it Mafia because I'm Italian and it sounds good. And then one lady told me, is that stands for Meetup and Facebook something? I'm going, yes, it does. And so from there, I started to use it, right? So again, this is another thing about progress and not perfectionism. I had no idea why I called it the Mafia Academy. I just felt good. And then I found a reason, right? So you just need to take that first step all the time. And then from there, I was running meetups and I was posting them on Facebook and I was doing a lot of stuff, and people started to tell me I was successful. And I was like, sure, my bank account doesn't show that, but I'm sure they eventually will be. And that was about 5 years ago. And I truly believe that people manifested that for me. The more I put myself out there, the more I grew my network, the more people will tell me you are successful. I'll be like, no, that's a perception. It's not actually happening, until I've worked on my mindset and got rid of my limiting beliefs, and then everything exploded. And that's when I met Natasha Denmark. But I will tell you in a minute, because first I want to hear from... You were
I was
multitasking.
doing social media.
So that is my story. That is my story, how I grew my business, and now Natasha will explain how she grew hers.
Yes, this is just a very brief introduction for those of you that don't know us, and then how we all came together and how we've been our sisters for the last 4 years. So just to clear up, we're not real sisters, but you'll hear each other call sis this, sis that, and it's my kids call her Zia and everything like that. So where did I take the clicker? Over there. Oh, that's all right. All right, so I'm coming up to 9 years in business. Oh my God, I made it through the statistics of all those failed businesses. March 2010, I started out as a life coach upon a defining moment in our life where my husband lost a Specsavers franchise business. And that was like, shit, this stuff happens only in the movies. And no, it didn't. It happened in our life. And I went about thinking I was going to help other people because the marketing said 6 figures income part-time hours, right? And I was like, exactly what I need. I'm a mum of an 18-month-old and, I've never earned 6 figures in my life. I've been managing full-time. I think 65,000 was the most I ever earned through my job. And I joined a $15,000 life coaching course, and that started the journey of the next 2.5 grueling years of trying to figure out how to get a business off the ground. Invested over about 60 grand in my education, my mentors, people to learn from and figure this stuff out because my back was up against the wall. I thought, if I don't make this happen, what's going to happen with my family? So sometimes I believe people have way too much backup and therefore they don't take as much action to get out of it. Whereas I just kind of felt like I had no option and I couldn't let my family down for having invested so much money into my development. So I needed to make it work. 13 months in, I decided I would write my first book. That's not my first book. My first book was on weight loss, The 7 Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss, which was the decision, a moment in time that someone said you should write a book. It will be your business card on steroids. And I thought, oh, I think you're right. I'm going to write a book, and literally in 6 months this book had come out, which was about 13 months into the business, and everything changed because now people took me seriously, invited me to speak at events, sent me clients, just wanted to collaborate and all that kind of stuff. And it took 3.5 years, all up from the beginning, to come to the point where I found my $1 million idea, which was Ultimate 48-Hour Author. And that's been running now 5.5 years. We've done 24 high-end retreats with over 300 people. We launched in the US, in the UAE, and of course, half of you guys here are obviously our authors. We love doing it, and 6 months ago, we also launched our in-house publishing company, which is Ultimate World Publishing. There's another banner out there, and I'm very proud to say that this year going to be a multiple 7-figure business, so part-time hours. All right, so that's me. I love my lifestyle. We take 4 months off a year. We work hard the other 8, probably intends for 5, and the other ones are managed. But I'm all about chilling out with my kids. You'll see a bit more of my story tomorrow morning. We've got 3 kids, 4, 7 and 10, and my hubby comes on the road. Mum works in the business now, and I just got a PA, so I'm very excited about it all. Sis, bring that clicker. I left it there. So come on up and we'll tell you the story of how we met, and then we'll get into content. All right. Oh, bums and seats together. All right.
So a thing that that happened that was in August 2015. So I was running my meetup for about 8 months, and at that stage I was still just hit a 6-figure business, which I just couldn't even believe in myself. But I was very disorganized. I didn't have, wasn't very organized at all. And I saw that Natasha then had this group with, like, at the time probably about, I don't know, 4,000, 5,000 people. And I was like, maybe something like that. It was huge anyway. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, check this woman out. And I was stalking her and I was trying to get, a collaboration happening. And I saw that she was coming to, I saw it on Facebook and I friended her, like I was doing with everybody. And I'll teach you that strategy a little bit later today. And Natasha didn't friend me back. Tell them why.
Yeah, I didn't friend her back because I was back then in the belief that if you're going to accept someone in your friend request, you're going to start a conversation. and I had been busy doing my business, and I didn't have a VA at the time. I actually didn't get a VA up until 6 months after I met Francesca, so I was doing everything on my own for the first 4.5 years. I'm super organized, but of course she found my VA. My VA is still the same one from day one. Like, she's been with us over 3 years. But yeah, basically I had this template where I say, hey, thanks so much for the friend request. You know, have we met somewhere before, or is it through mutual friends and all that sort of stuff? That was my way of starting a conversation, because when you start a conversation with someone, then it's more likely to start to develop into some kind of a relationship and connection, rather than add. You're just kind of putting your numbers down, but it's not quality connections. Just some of you, whoever said that before, so how do you take the continuity on to then making something out of these connections? And one day I knew that I had seen Francesca's event photo. She was doing a lot of meetups and all that kind of stuff. And I said, this girl seems to be doing just as many events as I tend to do, and she seems to be really well connected. So I knew she had friended me, but I didn't accept the friend request. And then I go, now I know I'm going to the Gold Coast to do a speaking gig, and I had one spare day when I was here. And I said, now is the time to friend her, because maybe I can go have coffee with her and see what she's all about. Thus, I friended her with my template and said, hey Francesca, thanks for your friend request. Have we met somewhere before, or is it through mutual friends?
I'm stalking you.
No, she didn't say that, but you said, oh, Natasha, I'm part of your Ultimate Business Support group, and I love the big community that you've built up there, and I've been following you and all that sort of stuff. I said, oh, cool, awesome. Well, I'll be on the Gold Coast for a speaking gig in 10 days' time. If you like, let's have a coffee or catch up to meet each other. Because I was never going to ask for anything more, because when you start a relationship, you're not going to kind of go and jump straight into bed with them, right? I asked her out on a date.
Fantastic. And I had dates coming out of my ears, not like in a dating side, but in like business, right? Everybody wanted to have a chat with me, because obviously they've seen what it was about, right? So I would get conversation from every single person going, can I catch up with you? Can I catch up with you? So I started to have too many coffees in a day, and I'm like, I need to stop having coffees. So I physically didn't have much time, because I wasn't as organized, first of all, at the time, and also I just didn't want to drive all the way to the Gold Coast to catch up with someone and not know what that was going to go, right? So I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to look famous as well. So I wanted to create a win-win situation. So I thought, if I can get Natasha Denman to talk in my meetup, I'm going to raise my profile. So I always try to have the best speaker I could find to speak in my meetup, because that will raise my profile as well. And so I tried my luck. I thought, I don't know if she's going to be open to it, because, before I asked someone and they asked me for $5,000 fee, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not paying $5,000 to have you as a speaker. So I was, trying and testing who would be open to speak. So I said, Natasha, I would love for you to speak in my event. And Natasha said, sure.
Sure, but it's only 10 days away.
When is your event? And I was like, I don't have one. I'll create one for you. And Natasha's like, but I'm coming in 10 days. Like, how many people are you going to be able to put in this room? And I'm like, oh my goodness, maybe she wants 100. I'm never going to be able to do that. And I was like, how many do you want? Never ever, when you negotiate, never ever say the number first, right? How many do you want? And you said?
10 or 15, and since it's only 10 days away, I mean, I'm going to be there anyway, so, just whoever, extra people that don't know of me.
And I said, shut up, I'll get you 28.
No, you said, I get you 20 or something.
Yeah, and then we got about 20, I don't remember, never, 27 or 28? 28 people in the room. So it was, this was us.
First selfie.
4th of August 2015.
Yeah.
There were 28 people in the room. It was a fantastic room of raving fans. People that always come, local people that always could come to my meetups and love what we were doing. And some of them are now, I look at the photo going, Marfian. Right, so some of them became my clients, and some of them, one person, actually this lady right here that Natasha covered with the hand, that person went home and was so impressed with what Natasha talked that she actually said to her friend, you need to write a book with this woman. And this gentleman contacted you?
Yes, he contacted me the day before we went to retreat. So usually you want to give yourself a couple of weeks, a month preparation into a retreat. This guy rang me less than 24 hours then the retreat was starting, and he would not take no for an answer. He said, I want to be there tomorrow. I'm booking a flight from Brisbane. You're going to prep me while I'm waiting for my plane, and I'm going to rock up at retreat the next day, and I'm just going to do it. And I was like, what the hell? And I said, all right, I was seeing the paper. Didn't ask me price or anything at the time. I think our program was $17,000. It needed to be paid a certain amount up to the time you attend, and then you can do a payment plan or whatever. And I went to the hairdresser getting ready for retreat, and the next minute an email comes, yep, I'm in, I've paid all the money, I'm coming tomorrow, I'm booked on the flight, we'll talk in an hour for my prepping. And the next day when I went to retreat, I walked past him 4 times because I didn't know who he was, what he looked like or whatever. But nevertheless, you know, usually that kind of a thing doesn't happen, but it did. And this was the first time I got the experience, you know, that power of meetups, because I had never been to a meetup before.
Yep. And so from there, obviously, the collaboration started. Natasha at that meetup heard me speak, and she said, shut up, you're like my sister. And I was like, oh my God, someone who's super successful says I'm your sister. So I straight away thought that I was famous, which was great. And from there, we truly...
We decided that night to write Bums on Seats, but actually I then said, no, you got to write your own book first. So you have the experience of doing your own book before we obviously do a book together, and that I want you to position yourself just as you over having me by your side. So yeah, in 5 months she wrote the 2 books, and yeah, we haven't looked since. This is our 11th co-hosted masterclass. So we do 3, last year we did 4, and we love bringing our communities together. I believe you guys get to learn from someone different. If you're my client, you get to learn from Francesca. If you're Francesca's client, then you get to learn from me. And we say and do our businesses on some levels in parallel or similar, but there is many different things that you will hear over the next 2 days. They're actually quite different of how we do it. Yeah, you know, so we always say you're the master at organic reach and what you're, you know, what it is that you do, and we have really mastered that ads and Facebook kind of stuff, and you know, other ways that I'm going to explain social media. So it's good to sort of see both worlds, because you guys then will have your own flavor and your own magic formula of how this works for you. So you should be learning from different people and picking up the things, and the ones that work, just stick with them. Yeah. Cool.
So this is the results that we have had in the last
2 years. So not just I'll put just 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Because our results have grown exponentially through our collaboration. So that's the other thing. You know, who in this room potentially you might end up chatting to over the next 2 days that might be an ideal collaborator? Because none of you guys in this room are people who are not serious about what you know, what you're doing and how you're growing your businesses. To have invested in what we do, you know, you've got to be serious about it. So these, you know, it's a high quality group right here. So in the last 2 years, obviously we actually sat down in my house 2 weeks ago and we worked out, we did pass each other $300,000 in business between one another. Okay, we actually did the sums, didn't we?
Yeah.
Francesca tripled the business in the first 12 months after we met. 200,000 from books and online courses.
20,000.
20, sorry.
Yeah.
30 fully booked co-run events, and mutually helped book each other's cities out.
So whenever I go in Melbourne and I need more numbers, I go, sis, can you send an email to your database? And vice versa. We'll put her events in our meetups and we'll help each other out. And that's how we've grown our business. You can't do this collaboration with many people, and that's what I think a lot of people do, the error of collaborating with too many people and over-promise and under-deliver. So I have, my collaboration with Nat is fixed, and then sometimes I collaborate with another 1 person or 2 people a year. I don't overcommit myself, because if not, I will let the person down, and then it's gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna ruin my reputation. So if I collaborate with someone and I promise that I'm gonna deliver, like this room is being promoted half from me and half from Natasha, and literally the numbers are like nearly the same. Like literally we got the half and half people in the room, because we both care about the other person. I don't want this room to be full of my clients and vice versa. So it's really important to honor the collaboration, because that's how you can go 2 3 years in, you know, being sisters from another mother and father, and also have a business and have a really even collaboration, because that's really important. We both are very serious about business, and when we do a business meeting, it's like an actual business meeting, like, and then when we are, you know, at each other's house, we're just very friendly. But it's important that you separate emotions from business as well, because it's got to be fair. So every year we sit down and we go, how does that look like? Is it still even? Is it still a win-win? If it's not, we'll change things around without any hard feeling, because we are, you know, in
Because
business.
the biggest fights and collaborations occur
Yeah.
because of money. Because
Yeah.
one person is putting on in more effort than
Yeah.
the other, and things that are
One person
they
do more
hide-
than
or
other
hiding.
person.
People can hide stuff, you
Yeah.
know, and I don't know if you guys have ever been in collaborations like that.
Yeah.
But a few of you are nodding, so that means yes. And I went through a lot of crap before I found her.
Yeah.
And vice versa, the shark story, right?
The sharks versus dolphins.
Cool.
Yes.
We speak at about 100 events a year. Mine have reduced actually from, because you're still stayed quite organic with everything that you
Yeah.
do, but mine have reduced from 100 to probably 65, 70 a year. Because again, you choose what you do and how much of it you want to do, and where actually your 20% of your, 20% of your effort is 80% of your results. Well, I figure out how to keep decluttering and keep putting more of the 20% stuff so I don't have to do the other. And actually I realized, and this you probably go against what I'm saying, but I realized that some of the free speaking gigs that I was doing were very time consuming, and actually in hindsight at the end of the year when I saw where did my results come from, only 1 or 2 results came from speaking gigs. So doing 30 to 40 free speaking gigs in the end of the day, even though it makes me look more famous online, and you're going to talk about that, wasn't necessarily the right thing to do. So having thrown those out the door last year and only did probably 6 or 7, my results were actually better.
But that's because you've been in business for 9 years, sis.
Correct.
If someone is starting
Of
out,
course,
they
and we're
need
gonna
to have
talk
that,
about
yeah?
Yeah, when you're starting out, you
Yeah.
should say yes to absolutely everything.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't get to pick and choose.
And it's the beautiful thing is that you can see like freedom, right, at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So I've been in business for 5 years. If I drop the speaking gig, will be about 50% of my business going down right now. But if I keep, like every year I do less and less and less, of course, because I've got more results coming from other ways. But at the beginning, you just need to put the hard yards like Natasha did and I did. So that's the dream, you know, to start to slow down all the events and all the things. But at the beginning, you got to put the work in, and we both did, yeah.
Absolutely. Like I said, yes to everything within the first 6 years. Yeah, absolutely. And Alicia, you know, you said to me before, you know, that people are now coming up to you wanting to put you at the event and you charge them rather than having to fill those seats. And now you're saying, oh, now I've got the ball in my court and I can say what I want. But Alicia's also has been around. I mean, you should see her national tours. She's a crazier woman than us two.
I'm inspired by you two.
Awesome. All right, guys. So the challenge. Let's set up the challenge. Come on. All right. So do you want to explain it?
Yes, so we're going to have because we're going to give you challenges, but because it's a lot of things to do on social media, you might freak out if you're not with other people. So we're going to split you in different groups. So look at your row, like these 6 people here and 6 there and 6 there. Those people are your team. All right, how are you going to win?
So the whole point of social media obviously is to be out there, to be posting, to be consistent, to do it regularly and all that kind of stuff. So what we want to create is a space where everyone can take part but also be held accountable by their own team members, and of course create a little competition, because if you've got nothing behind you driving you to do something, to be better at something, and other people relying on you, are you likely to do it? Okay, and some of this theming and teams and all that kind of stuff is going to give you the content of how you can then transfer it also to do with your business. So yes, there's going to be theme stuff and team stuff, and then there's going to be your message and business related posts that are going to happen. You are going to be posting on social media over the next 2 days. You realize that, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm really scared.
Okay. Nothing is better than taking action. Okay. So how to win? Be a team player.
Take part in every challenge, even if it's an individual challenge. You're still gonna get, judged into that as well.
There are going to be prizes. We're going to tell you in a moment. Tag us in the comment field of picture.
So that we can see that you have been posting, because we've got a judge looking how many posts each group is doing. And if you don't tag us, we're not going to see it. And it is part of learning social media, because if you don't tag, and we'll teach you about what is the etiquette around tagging people, but you're allowed to tag us even if it's not relevant, just in these 2 days. After that, We don't need to, yeah. But just in these 2 days so that we can.
Until the weekend, remember?
Yeah, until the weekend, yeah, true.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay, be you.
Be yourself. Like, we're gonna push you out of your comfort zone to do things that you might be like, what is this relevant to my business? Trust the system. We have done it with many businesses, from accounting to finances to shop owners to all of the rest. So we know that this is going to be relevant to everybody. Just trust the system and put yourself out there and be yourself.
And be consistent. Okay?
Yes.
The only way you're going to make it out on social media is if you are regularly posting and are consistent. You're not just hot and heavy for a few months and do nothing for another few months.
So that's why the challenge is up until the end of Sunday, and some people are really, really, active the first 2 days, and then they go, oh, the masterclass is finished now, I'm going to be invisible again. No. We're going to get you out there until then. So then you get a bit of momentum and you go, I'm not going to stop now. On Monday, I've done all this work, right?
Nice one. All right, and we will announce the winners on Sunday. So the team and theme. The team that will win, each person in the team will win the prize.
Yes.
Okay? So what the judges will look at.
Is that you, Francesca?
No, that's Ollie, right here.
Plus Francesca and I. So you've got 3 judges. You've got Holly, Francesca and I watching your every move.
And you cannot buy chocolate or anything like that to any of us, yeah? It doesn't count that way.
All right, the strongest tribe, the most creative, standing out, consistency, leadership, sheep effect.
Sheep effect.
Tell the others what sheep effect is.
Sheep effect means who helps each other out on social media, you know? You need to be the first sheep, so that other people on social media go, oh, there's so many comments in here, I'm going to comment too. So you need to help each other out on every post. So we're going to watch you and see if you're supportive of your buddies or if you are not.
Giving to others.
FOMO. So you're going to make other people feel like, what are they missing out on? Why are they not being active on Facebook? Why they haven't joined your business yet? So all of that, and initiative.
All right.
Fantastic.
Any clarity needed on these? They're all good? All right.
I think there's one more.
Cool.
Oh.
Oops. It's not what you do in the room, it's about how it looks on social. All right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. All right, cool. So this is what the winners will get. The winners will get the Bums on Seats online course. So that's $300 worth of training by Francesca and I. They're going to get Sales Mastery Masterclass ticket. If you're one of our clients who already gets to come to it, you can give it to someone else and gift it. Our Insider Tips to Powerful Social Marketing, which is another training Francesca and I ran a little while ago, that's been filmed. And the
Mafia Hire, so this beautiful room for a half day or for a meetup. So if you're a client that you already get meetup for free, you can use it for a half day. So very cool.
So that's probably more than $1,000 worth of stuff in there. All right, so we move into content now. We're going to talk about the different, we're going to move into the 10 different topics. We are going to also have examples and people coming into the hot seat up here. And of course, you guys working together. But all of the other stuff that you came up with, the themes and the theme, when the game comes up, we'll explain what all of that means. If you need to refine your theme name or team, you can do that in morning tea or over lunchtime, just when you have a little bit clearer picture of what the first challenge is going to be. All right, so really important, and what Andrew said earlier is your message, yeah? If you have no message and you're talking about this and that, and I stand for this and that, you can distract people in 15 different directions. So when we talk about messaging, we need to also be really clear about what it is that we're telling people to value. Okay, so you might want to write this down. People buy what we value. Okay, phones on vibrate or off. All right, people buy what we value and believe. Yeah, that's why they end up buying from us. Now, when it comes to social media, there might be a few different hats about things that you post on there. What kind of things do people post on social media to grow their presence? Yep.
Content tips about what you do.
Yep, content tips. Yep. What else?
Product.
Yes. What else?
Articles and blogs.
Hand up, but articles and blogs. Tiffany? Personal stuff, yeah? So when people want to get to know us on social media, or when we want to build our business, people actually want to do business with people. Yeah, people buy from people. They don't buy just because you have this product and service. They buy it because they have some kind of affinity to like, trust, and know you. But also you build that up through showing all sorts of avenues of, perceptions of who you are. Because on an unconscious level, people are also buying who we are and have become as a person and what we have. So Tiffany, you said you have a clothing store. Do you often do you post stuff of like clothes that you wear and model? Yeah. So people often will buy into the fact that Tiffany's always dressed so nicely. I might want to go visit you in your store. So you're still putting some personal aspect. And a lot of you guys who are in service-based businesses, or say you've written books, ideally you are selling the outcome of what people or who they want to become and what result they want to have. In my business, a lot of my clients buy lifestyle and having that entrepreneurship, work anywhere, laptop lifestyle and that kind of stuff. So when I am posting on social media, it's not just about write a book. Actually, to be honest, on my personal profile, I 90% of the time put personal stuff on. And only 10% of the time work related or message related. And this is where we're going to talk about group power, what to post in groups, what to post on fan pages, and then what to put on your personal profile. Okay? Some of your businesses will not probably have a lot of relevance to personal profile, right? If you're working with like kind of professionals and all that kind of stuff, maybe Facebook is not your platform, maybe LinkedIn is the more professional place to hang out in. Yes? This will be heavily weighed more towards Facebook, but we will speak about video and YouTube and LinkedIn a little bit more in certain places, and we certainly welcome questions on any other platform. But my belief is when we're talking about social media, you should select your core platform and maybe hang out in a couple of others where you still have a presence, but one that you do really, really, really well. Yeah? Cool. All right, so message power. Let's go into that. So there's a few questions I want you to consider when you are thinking about what your message is. What do you have outstanding results that others struggle to get? Okay? Where do you have the outstanding results that others struggle to get? Because I'm sure whatever business you're in, you have figured out how to do that really well. Okay? Yes?
Can I just get some clarity on
yes.
A business Facebook page to a personal Facebook page?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later, but your personal profile is the one that you can only have 5,000 friends with, and your fan page is your business page. So business page and fan page is the exact same thing. Some people call them business pages, some people call them fan pages, but it's exactly the same one, and it's the only page that you can do paid advertising through. You cannot do paid advertising through groups or through personal profiles. Okay, and there's different etiquette when it comes to those three, walls, if you want, news feeds or what you should put on them. Make sense? Okay, so where do you have outstanding results that others struggle to get? Start to consider that. Next one, what do other people see in you that they want for themselves? Okay, what do other people see in you that they want for themselves? Often our niche, our business, our expertise is hidden in an area where we do so unconsciously and at a level where we just don't even realize we're doing it. I know, Muriel, you do a lot of charts and astrology and all that kind of stuff, and you've done so much study behind all of that. You know, you have outstanding results in understanding charts and dates and seasons and all that kind of stuff, and people are coming to you in truckloads to go to your retreats and do your stuff because they see that within you, because you've got the shortcut to figure out. They don't have to study the 30 years what you have studied. Yeah? What outcome do your ideal clients get? Okay, what outcome? So people buy results and people buy outcomes. Okay? Now let me stop there for a second. Where I find the biggest struggle in business owners' messaging and communication is they're trying to sell what people need. Okay? Not what people want. What's the difference between need and wants? People don't know what they need. Andrew.
One's logical, one's emotional.
Correct, yeah? So people need all the too hard basket, all of the things that you are going to do with them, right? But they're buying the magic bullet or the ego-driven stuff. Yeah? You give to the soul, you sell to the ego. So what is it, your client, okay, if they could wave a magic wand, what is it they want to happen in their lives? Yeah? That is your copy and that is your marketing. You know, keeping it at really surface level, because I know there's a lot of people here in this room that have done personal development and coaching and that kind of stuff, or in that sort of spiritual businesses. Often that's what people need, but what they want is the solution to the problem, the result, yeah, and the outcome. So in weight loss terms, what do they need to get, well, they need to lose weight, right? They need to get organized, create eating plans, do the exercise, you know, goal set. But what do they want? They want to lose 5 kilos in 3 minutes while eating chocolate, right?
Oh, I want that diet.
So if I wrote that book, would you buy it, right? You would. So sell to the ego. What is the ego? I used to get stuck for 2 years until the penny dropped for me. It's like my coach used to say, Nat, is that what they need? Or is that what they want? Is that what they need? And it's like, oh my God, Peter, I don't know what you mean. Until one day I realized I had to wear 2 hats. One hat was me, the expert coach, you know, do all of that mindset work, limiting beliefs, blah, 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 reprogramming. And the other side of me was solve a freaking problem. What's the outcome? What's the result that they want? They're not aware they need to work on themselves, or they need to meditate, or they need to do, you know, realize where they've been effed up by their parents. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know that. They're still at a subconscious level, unaware. All they're aware is the thing that's keeping them awake at night. Yeah? Okay. Can you put a number on your outcome? Okay? I love numbers. I don't know, this is just a suggestion. It's not a actual thing of how you to do your messaging, but I don't know if you've noticed, everything that I do tends to have numbers. You know, 48-hour author, 1,000 days to $1 million coaching business from home. What else? I've got 7 ultimate secrets to weight loss, 48 reasons that stand in your way. I keep using numbers. Why? Because they kind of make me feel like I have a system or a structure, or there is a start and an end point. And what I believe in today's world, people want to invest in a solution that has a starting and an end point, even in a clothing store. I'm going to use some of the businesses in this room that are not like the others, but even in a clothing store, you can bundle and package something that is like, you know, an awesome outfit for under $450. I don't know, whatever that is. Yeah? So how can you put any number around your outcome so that becomes a little bit of your point of difference of how you do it, and that it gives the sense of a start and an end point for the person? And why would people want this? Yeah? Why would people want this? So what I want to do is I want to give you a couple of minutes, because no point, again, me just talking, oh yeah, aha moment, blah, 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 blah. I want you to answer these 5 questions for yourself. Then we're going to get someone, a lucky someone, to come up and be the example in the room, so that we can actually figure out what it is that you're posting, because ultimately this kind of setup is going to become the backbone of some of the posts you will be making from here on in. Yeah? All right, so answer those 5 questions for yourselves. I've got I'll give you 3 minutes on the clock. All right, so is anyone brave enough? Oh, I saw Tara's hand first.
Me too.
Yeah? All right, Tara, come into the hot seat. Give her a round of applause. You don't have to sit if you don't want to. All right, cool. So you've got our stage. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about, and then we'll go through each of the questions and then see if we can refine it.
Sorry.
Who you are and what you do, and yes, introduce yourself.
I'm Tara Herbert. I'm from Perth. I'm a single mum. After 20 years of marriage, I was a stay-at-home mum, and I found out that I was a very intelligent woman who had no skills. So I became a carer in mental health, which I actually love. And in that process, I also do energetic massage, which I actually love. And that's when I created my presentation, which was actually called Money Without Having to Read a Book. So it's a bit ironic, I'm writing a book about it. It is called, Is That It? 3 Great Money Habits to stop, sorry, a bit nervous, to stop the stress, take control and have fun with your money. What I found, I was also a director on our community bank, and I found that even people who work with finances, they actually have a shit money habit. So they go into, well, no one knows their budget. Very few people even want to look at their budget because they instantly go into, I haven't saved, or I'm not going to be able to spend any money on myself. So my habits create a balance. So it allows you to spend, allows you to, with fun, so there's no guilt, allows you to save, so you've got that nest egg for yourself, which takes out the overwhelm, and you can look at your budget and you actually start enjoying and planning your life because you've got your saving, you've got your spending, and so how that, stop there.
No, let's go through the questions, right?
Yep.
Because, so what do you have sending results in that others struggle to get?
I've been on very, very low income. When I first separated, I was living on $2,500 a month. Fair enough, I didn't have to pay the mortgage. My ex was still looking after that. But I was doing this so it works for any income, but I was still having fun with money. I do have my own money issues, which I've been growing and working on, but so I was still able to provide for my children, still be able to have fun for myself, whereas a lot of people, even though I had a great income. My ex-husband was on the mine, so we went from up here to down that.
So you're saying you got a budget, you're really good at budget? Is that what are the outstanding results?
Really good at budget.
Budget, budget thing,
So you can show anybody how to still enjoy life with whatever income bracket they're at. So that's what people, that's where you have outstanding results. You're able to live within whatever budget you're at and still achieve a wonderful lifestyle.
Still create personal wealth, still have fun and go out and do those things.
So that's a really good phrase Natasha says there, so I will write it down if I were you, because that's a very good one. Yeah, so I know that you're going to forget it if you don't write it down. How to have fun in your life within a budget, how to have an outstanding life with the budget, with any budget or something like that.
With any income.
Any income, she said?
Income bracket or whatever. Income bracket.
So whenever we say something, just someone write it down for the person on stage because they're going to forget it.
So what does the ego want? The ego wants to know that even if I am a janitor or someone who is on a low income level, that I can still achieve personal wealth, fun, success, well-being, all that kind of stuff.
So then the second question you already covered, which is what are people seeing you? So you have done it for yourself. So you can share the story. You're openly happy to share the story on social media? Yeah.
So Tara, what you just said just before, we were in the mines and then we went this and that, that is your zero to hero story, or that's your also positioning pitch to say, this is how it was, this is what happened, this is what I have figured out over the next however many years, and now I'm able to do it on whatever it is and still set up financial abundance and all that kind of stuff moving forward. Yeah, with so your tools, tools that you use, what are the tools that you use? The energetic, what did you say?
Energetic healing.
Energetic healing, massage. What other tools do you use to help people achieve this for themselves in their lives? Is it mostly through that?
No,
Is there some kind of financial advice? So is there
budgeting? Sorry?
Steps.
Oh, my presentation. Yeah. So just talking to people. I don't know.
Is it coaching? Is it consulting? What is the challenge?
She's got a presentation that she does workshops on. She's yet to start the workshops, but that's what she does.
It will be the content from her book and all that kind of stuff that will become the backbone.
You had a process. I was about to do it, but then because I had to resign, so it changed.
All right. Okay. Why am I asking all of these questions? Because she obviously has got the steps. She's just building the infrastructure. So some of you will already have infrastructure around what you're doing because you've been around for a little while, right? Whereas Tara is at the beginning stages of building this up. And who is the first person to have achieved success in this area? Has to be
Yourself.
you or herself, yeah? If you're not the person that's at least been the first person who has had the success, you have no ground to write anything or teach anything about the thing that you want to provide for people. Of course, later on, you want your success stories. You want people who have done it and say, hey, look, you know, this is who I have helped. This works. It's a proven system.
So yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
I was working with a mortgage broker.
Yep.
And so she was coming for me from that money strategies, saying,
right,
stop the resentment.
So you've got some kind of testimonial.
Yeah.
Right, so you share those stories.
There's lots of personal people that I've
Great.
helped, so.
Think of that story. It's going to come into play later on today. All right, start to think about client stories, examples, who have I helped, what is my zero to hero story, because some of all of these are going to be infiltrated throughout the challenges that we're going to be giving you over the next 2 days. Okay? It's all about, social media is a bit about being social. It's about getting personal. That's what it is. People want to know. They don't want you to think that you are so far ahead on this pedestal. They want to know that they can send you a private message or an inbox and that you're going to be there at the other end of that message. Yeah? Yeah, it's true. All right, what outcome do your ideal clients get?
Just money strategies. So I help tweak how they
okay,
see
so
the
that's not an outcome.
Okay.
Neither want, yeah.
It isn't fun.
The want. Fun?
Okay, they give them fun. So it's identifying what kind of money person they are. They're either a saver or a spender.
Okay, that's also a need for me to understand.
Okay. So
okay.
From the reverse.
Yeah, okay. And that's okay because you're new at this, yeah? So what do they get is they get peace of mind,
peace of mind.
Financial security and
clarity,
stability.
Those are all words that, yeah, they're good, but then more of need. People don't.
More tangible. Give me some tangible.
Lifestyle.
Control. Yes.
Control. That sounds when you go.
When you say all that lifestyle control, put some more hypnotic and powerful words. Yeah.
Empowerment.
Freedom too. Yes.
Sophia, one at a time. One at a time. Sophia.
They just can feel really good about their money situation.
Yeah. Permission to spend.
Permission to spend.
Permission to spend is very good. Is very hypnotic. Yeah. Wendy.
Money confidence. Yeah.
Money confidence.
I think it's about feeling safe again.
Yeah, safety.
Safety.
Yeah.
Jen.
Life on their terms.
Life on their terms.
Okay. On their terms.
Sis, yeah.
They'll actually end up with more money in their pocket.
More money in their pocket.
Leftover money at the end of the
I like what Tara said, what you said right at the beginning, where you said, I could save money, but I could still have fun.
Yeah.
So it's about that being able to save money.
Use those words.
And still have fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So let's see if we can put a number on your outcome. Okay, now, so let's say I came to your stuff, your workshop or read your book and all that sort of stuff. If I implemented the strategies or the steps you taught me, how quickly could I potentially start to see results?
Instantly. On the first paycheck, I had a girlfriend who she did it, and she rang me the next day. She took her daughter to the movies for the first time in 2 years because she always felt that she couldn't treat her daughter because she always thought she didn't have enough money.
Another thing, if you can remove guilt from one of the wants, because guilt around money is big. Yep. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So all right. Instantly might be a little bit like, unattainable, right? Yes, we want to sell the magic bullet, but people are kind of going to go, so could we put something around, turn your whole shift your money blueprint in the next 90 days or something along those lines?
I would recommend a minimum of 3 months.
There you go. Okay, so something with 90 days.
It actually is, from your first pay packet, it creates change because some people, especially if they're in relationship, it stops the resentment. So biggest thing in relationships is money arguments, because there's no communication, there's different people. So
Progress from your first paycheck or something.
Yeah, you could go progress from the first paycheck, Liz.
30 days to fun.
30 days to fun. Nice one.
Turn your life around in 24 hours. Like your example is some of the 24 hours. You start to turn your life around.
Yep. Yeah, your money shift, your money story. After this, maybe that's some of the pitching for your workshop. Because if they're going to come to your workshop for half a day or 2 hours or whatever, they want to know the workshop has to sell them a result or an outcome. Guys, if you're doing any workshops, events, which I know some of you, Francesca and my people, your workshop has to promise a result or an outcome at the end of the workshop. It can't be just fluff. Yeah, people don't come for fluff. Yeah.
Tara, I feel your niche. You said you were divorced and you had double income to no income.
Yeah.
So I feel that your niche needs to be those women because you can resonate with them.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to sell that.
my passion is also teaching, like enabling us as parents to teach our children. It was one of those things of going, oh my God, if I'd been doing this, where would I be?
Yeah, that's a very good point as well. So you could say, go from divorce to having, divorce to financial freedom. Because a lot of people after divorce, they go, oop. Yeah? Yeah, a lot. Yes, Andrew?
In terms of putting a number on it, I agree with Natasha in the sense that, saying first paycheck, it's not about that you can, I'm sure you can, but people are going to be like, can you though? Do you know what I mean? A lot of people think of things in terms of a monthly paycheck or a weekly paycheck, but the majority of people actually get paid fortnightly. So you could say 2 weeks to financial transformation,
Nice.
or 2 weeks to
That's a good one.
I like that. Yep. Yep.
Exponential money energy, because I see that there's a lot of more positive energy around money. You do a lot more with less. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, money energy is good, good somewhere within copy. You got to use the power words, and you've got a really kind of a much easier niche than some other people in this room, because money and more or less, or saving or safety and security, all of that stuff sells you guys. Yeah. Of course, you're doing deeper work and transformational work. We know that's what they need.
Yeah.
But what they want is the peace of mind.
Yeah.
They want to know that they will be okay in 5 to 10 years or when they retire. Yeah. And what's the other one? Why would people want this? Well, we've covered some of the other things. Okay. So work with all those words. All these words now starts to create your content on social media. Use them, create blog pieces about them, expand on them, and keep infiltrating your story. And I loved how she started talking about this client this and that client that. The minute you start doing that, all of a sudden you're not just making it about you, but you're talking about other people who have benefited from what you're doing. Okay, so keep bringing that in, because ultimately it should be just about you serving others and through them seeing other people's results of what you've done and helped. Yeah, well done, awesome.
To do the same exercise in couple. So make sure that you don't do that with the person that you came with. Obviously, if it's your assistant, it's different. So you guys couple up as one because you need that. But if you make sure that you find someone that you haven't spoken to yet, and you need to ask the same question. So go deeper and deeper. Don't just say, yeah, that's great if it's not.
If
right?
you don't
Be
have
honest.
a pair, please tell us. We'll pair you up, or we'll come and be your pair. And if there's questions and you're getting stuck, put your hand up. Francesca and I can come to that pair and give some assistance. Then when you come back, so we'll give how many, 3 minutes per side?
I'll say 5 each.
5 per side, because
done.
it's a little bit more deep and brainstorming between each other. And then when we come back as a group, in the last 5 or 10 minutes, we are going to obviously ask what people have done so we can further refine it. Okay, because then you'll start to think how we think. We want you to ultimately be able to put your marketer hat on and copyright up when you leave this room tomorrow. Stop selling the fluff, yeah? All right, cool, go for it, go.
Okay, so how was it? Fantastic. So who finished? Who finished? Who did the whole thing? Okay.
Okay. Morning tea, finish it. Okay, this is your backbone of everything that you will be posting. And I spoke to Annika and we came up with so many different topics of content pieces she'll be bringing out, because social media is about content, right? Content about selling whatever the magic bullet is. All right, So, yeah?
Yeah,
So let's go. Spend 3 or 4 minutes coming up with, you know, what your key aha moment was from that conversation, people sharing, so we can give you feedback from the stage of how you can potentially refine it if you ended up being too fluffy. Okay, who wants to give me their solution? So let's just go back to that previous slide.
Okay, Bex.
Go Bex.
Bex.
Oh, sis.
Oh, you can say
sis.
Oh, it keeps going back. Something not right.
I'm telling you, I don't know what happened with that clicker.
Yes. So maybe perhaps like tell us what the outcome, sell us what you do. Like tell us the outcome that people get by working with you or hiring.
Yeah, so I show people the 6 steps to brilliance without burnout. I'm a one-stop shop for health, wealth and impact. So for people that are living that lackluster life, they're on the hamster wheel and they're just like, is this all there is?
Yeah.
Show them the way to...
Nice. So burnout is the pain and what's the pleasure?
Brilliance.
Brilliance.
Health, wealth and impact.
Health, wealth and impact. So I would just do even more specifics around those 3. Okay, if you're going to release you know, social media content, get even more specific and in depth about what that means. Because brilliance by itself, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's where I struggle with that, because it is this comprehensive answer to like where it's wrong with this is motivational you know.
Yeah.
People's lives are still 180. So we played around with that, you know, if you like 180 and expand 360. It's kind of like,
nice.
I think it shifts. But I really struggle to do what you're saying, which is like narrow it down to one thing when you're the one-stop shop.
Yeah, but your stories and your content pieces can be niched.
Yeah.
Yeah, the overall message is still the same, but it can be niched because you want to come from different angles, except what Andrew said earlier today, everything kind of then funnels towards the exact same outcome. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
yeah.
Any suggestions on that?
Well, what I just said, the health, wealth, and what was the third one?
Health, wealth,
Income. Impact.
Yeah. So what specifically around health? Then go, okay, what specific issues do you improve?
So not generally as the overall story, but as on the posts.
Yes.
Yeah, which is what I do. Yeah.
Cool. All right, who else? 2 more. Shelley.
Okay, so I'm an intuitive healer.
Yes.
Okay. My outstanding results that I get with others is shifting energy and allowing people to see clarity.
Okay, so, but what specifically? Because again, a lot of you guys have something to do with energy, clarity, all that kind of stuff, but you want to get even more specific.
Well, my specific would be removing entities, but...
Removing entities,
but
yeah?
it's an area that is so misunderstood, that it's really...
So on social, you've got to educate people about what are these entities. Right? And are you worried? Are you worried that people are going to think, what? Because you went... You don't want to feel...
She is crazy.
Aren't we all crazy?
Shelley, it's okay because at the end of the day, you're either going to choose to polarize people or just play it safe. You're either going to... Some people might think you're cuckoo crazy and other people are going to go, well, yes, I thought this was
the right people would be interested in that. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're still just any other energetic healer.
What's your point of difference?
Oh my God. It's the whistle.
I think that was everyone's favourite moment from the day so far.
The aha moment. Right? Okay. Yeah, you really got to own it. Because I know all your stuff, right? And I think it's awesome. But I think you still hide behind just being a little bit safe and playing, you know, on this level where you're telling them, but you're not really telling them the whole truth.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's not that I'm embarrassed about what I do.
It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
I totally get that. When they're in my room, I do a clearing on them anyway, and that's why they walk.
But that's why you guys are here, yeah? Because we're going to learn how to take social media and not be afraid of it. Because when you don't know something, that's why you're afraid of it. When you don't know how to use it, you go, oh, people are going to judge me and they're going to do it. So that's totally normal, yeah? It's not about that you're embarrassed about your business. I don't believe that. I know. The thing is maybe is that putting yourself out there. And it's not just in that industry, and there's a lot of more industries, yeah? Who feels like afraid of putting themselves out there? There you go, look around, yeah? So it's not just you, everybody, they are here because of that reason as well. So yeah, it's exactly the same in every industry. So you need to own it, and we're going to teach you how to do it step by step by step, yeah?
And there's one comment here. Yeah, Helen?
May I just ask what the light bulb moment was, because we missed it.
Oh no, it was that whistling sound, the air conditioning. We got to fix what's happening behind this door. The air's being sucked in, and it's creating this vortex of.
Okay, I thought there was a light bulb moment.
It's a relief moment.
All right. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go morning tea.
Yes.
And in this morning tea, we've got a bit of work to do, okay? Finish your little conversations if you didn't on those questions.
Yeah.
Because if you miss this step, how the hell are you going to do the next 2 days of work or even beyond this, right? Second, if you didn't come up with a good enough or you're not happy yet with your team name and theme, refine that maybe with your team, and we're going to find out one person out of each team is going to quickly introduce that team to us after the break, okay? And then drink coffee, whatever. 11:30, we're back. You'll hear the song. Let's do it.